Are we there yet? Yep, we're there. And what a neat place there is. Let's set up for our arrival. I'll be landing on the Hotel Serenidad's 3,600-foot dirt strip, so I'll be using my soft field landing procedures. I'll be landing to the north on runway 32, and I'll be making right traffic. Heading downwind for 3-2, stunning will be filling your windshield. The view of the entrance of the Bay of Conception is spectacular. I recommend to fly over this bay and the surrounding area during your visit. As you arrive in the Mulege area, you'll be able to see some of the landmarks I am pointing out. Most pronounced is the Mulege River, the old hotel strip, the Mulege Lighthouse, and of course the runway in front of the Hotel Serenidad. Don't land at the old hotel strip up on the hill. It's short and full of topas, which are Mexican speed bumps. Doing so will ruin your whole day. Runway 14 and 32 are a mixture of sand and hard-packed clay. During and after a rain, the muck that results can make your airplane's belly and landing gear a dirty mess. The story I've been told goes like this. A grandson of one of the locals asked his papa, "Have you ever seen it rain?" The old man paused and then answered, "Sure, once." In the unlikely event you encounter rainy weather, you may want to consider an alternate. Loreto or Palo Verde come to mind. I've completed my base leg and am starting my turn to final. I've had to extend downwind for an aircraft landing ahead of me. I am now lining up for a landing on runway 32. If this scene doesn't get your attention, you probably need to take up bowling. Gear down, final check. Props forward and the gears down and locked. There's a white spot that will soon be coming into view. It's a concrete run-up pad at the end of runway 32. It's for use by departing aircraft. It has a 3-inch lip on the approach end, which could play havoc with your landing gear. Don't touch down on this pad. This runway is unlike many runways you encounter in the States. It is bordered by a white barbed wire fence, which effectively makes the width of this runway partly unusable. This is one of those situations where you should take your half out of the middle. If you should stray from the middle of the runway, especially in a low-winged aircraft, you might get to use the duct tape you're carrying in your toolkit. What? No duct tape? It's a great temporary fix for a hole in a wing. Get you home. You'll notice there are many aircraft parked along the strip today. Most of these aircraft belong to members of the Baja Bush Pilots, a really great organization. I am also a member. They're here on one of their expeditions to Ballenas Bay for whale watching. If you're planning on flying in Mexico, it's a must to join this organization. I have been carrying Guide to Mexican Airports in my aircraft for over 30 years. It is published and updated by the Baja Bush Pilots. They also have an informative website at bajabushpilots.com. End of commercial. At last, Mixture Master Magnetos. Hola, and welcome to Mulege's Hotel Serenidad. Having arrived here, your first questions will be, where will we stay? What will we do? Have no fear, my friends, for you have arrived in paradise. Walmart may have greeters, but Mulege has up-and-coming entrepreneurs. Before you have secured your aircraft, they most likely will introduce themselves. Don't fret. These kids are going to make themselves useful. They will direct you to the Hotel Serenidad's check-in counter and carry all your luggage. Please tip them generously. These kids are a big help and totally honest. As we look around the runway environment at Serenidad, I would like to point out 2 or more Mexican soldiers carrying M16s will approach you. This is normal, and you should have your Mexican flight plan and aircraft declaration at the ready for their inspection. They most likely will speak very little, if any, English. Just present your papers, and they will copy down some information and return them. All will be well. Oh, and one more thing. When landing, be careful of dogs, kids on bikes, and vehicles on the runway. Okay, let's take a tour of Serenidad. Some history of the hotel might be in order. Don Johnson and his wife-to-be purchased this site, which offered a few rooms in 1968. Since then, Mr. Johnson and his wife have added many rooms and casitas, about 50 to date. They have also added a pool with a swim-up bar, beautiful landscaping, air conditioning, and many, many other amenities. It just keeps getting better. I know this because I made my first trip here in 1971. Let me give some credit where credit is due. Don Johnson has done more than any other person to promote the Mulege area. He has single-handedly made Mulege a must destination for pilots and other travelers alike. Coming to Baja and missing Mulege is like having a fudge sundae without the fudge. The fiesta held here every Saturday night at the Hotel Serenidad is world-renowned. It is also known as the Pig Feast. If Don is in town, you will most likely meet him on Saturday night. He's a very gregarious person. He will make you feel welcome. Here is the Hotel Serenidad's gift shop. Ask to see the toilet. This is all I'm going to say about that. Here's the hotel's front desk. You will transact all your hotel business here. You may charge food and drink to your room and can pay here when you check out. Order your Saturday night Pig Feast tickets upon check-in. This fiesta often sells out, so go ahead and order now. Let's have a quick look around the hotel's dining room. It is complete with private dining alcoves, great for small groups or couples seeking intimacy. Don't forget the patio area. It's a great place for a quick lunch. Over the years, I've spent way too much time in here. Who needs a life anyway? And what do we have here? A couple of cooks about to enjoy their lunch. I want what they're having. A large, clean, well-lit, air-conditioned room. That's what you'll get at the Hotel Serenidad. Our room has a king bed on which I plan to lay down my weary body right after the party. What more could you ask for? Now that we're all checked in, it's time to head to town. If you're a Type A in need of a battery charge, have you come to the right place? You're about to experience the special effect the Mulege area will have on your body's ability to absorb rest and relaxation. This area is truly special. There's a taxi stand just outside the patio area, to the right of the hotel entrance. $7 will get you to town. Coming back, taxis will be lined up in the town square. Negotiate. Don't get in until you've agreed on a fare. This is true everywhere in Mexico. There are two sources of rental cars in Mulege. Hotel Serenidad will rent you the Subaru 4-wheel drive standard shift with air for $50 a day. In town, Budget Rent-A-Car has an outlet. Want to hoof it? It's about a 2-mile walk into town. To get started, head out through Serenidad's front arch. Turn left and head north to the riverbank. Hang another left and start walking. You'll end up in town. As you start down the path to town, the first building on the left, as you pass the Serenidad Hotel property, will be Casa Granada, which is a bed and breakfast run by Larry and Colleen Matlock. Their facility is super clean and in brand new condition. It has a limited room availability and reservations would be in order. Call the number on your screen. Continuing on down the path, you'll see many homes owned by folks from the U.S. and Canada. Some are just vacation getaways, while others house year-round residents. There are many boats and boat docks at the river's edge, used by the locals to take advantage of some of the best deep-sea fishing available anywhere in the world. If you would like to try your hand, charters are available through the front desk of most hotels. You will catch fish. It's a great way to spend a day. What do you say we take a look at some of the casas located along the Mulege River? Many American and Canadians have succumbed to the lifestyle of Mulege. They have made this piece of paradise their year-round residence or an extended vacation destination. There are homes for sale. Most folks consider these houses a bargain when compared against U.S. home pricing standards. After a few trips to this locale, you may want to consider a vacation casa of your very own. About halfway to the village of Mulege, you will come upon Jungle Jim's, the only 5-star restaurant on the Rio Mulege. Okay, I'm joking, but it's just a great place to grab a cerveza and a light lunch on your walking tour. As you get closer to town, you will notice many RV parks. Most of these offer permanent hookups for trailers and motorhomes. These spots, called casitas, usually offer additional amenities such as an extra bathroom, storage area, garage, patio area, additional bedrooms. Some don't even require an RV at all. You can purchase these casitas and just pay a yearly land lease. This is an inexpensive way to obtain a vacation home in Baja. You may also want to watch my soon-to-be released video, Purchasing Property in Mexico. Mulege can be described as laid back, quaint, a step back to a more basic time, a pace of living that we Americans have lost. It must be experienced to fully understand its soul. We'll be heading into town from the perspective of driving. Slaughter on the highway. I haven't found out what this signifies. It might be a Mexican version of Death Rides the Highway. You know the film. We were all forced to watch it in high school. Drive carefully. Maneje cuidado. When you see this, Mulege is just around the next curve. Here, we're overlooking the town from the highway. That sign says fast food. This restaurant is located on the first of 3 plazas or squares found in Mulege. When you see this plaza, you're there. Take a right. It will take you to the center of town. There's also a bus stop where you can catch a bus to Laredo, Santa Rosalia, or the U.S. for that matter. These buses are not the old chicken buses of days gone by, but new Mercedes-type Land Cruisers. They're loaded with passenger comforts, including bathrooms. Driving down the main street in Mulege, you will encounter a speed bump, or topa, as they are known in Mexico. Topas are designed to slow you down. They are effective and used throughout Mexico. Cross one of these with any speed, you'll be replacing your muffler or suspension system. After turning right at the first plaza, you'll find the Mulege post office. Who knows? There may be a blue light special, Mexican style, in your immediate future. There are many shops in Mulege selling anything from trinkets to elaborate and expensive pottery, Indian art, clothing, jewelry, and the all-important t-shirt. Browse to your heart's content. Here's the state-owned gas station, Pemex, a store that sells filtered water, a clothing and blanket store, and an auto parts outlet. The streets of Mulege are clean, safe, and colorful. Walk around and explore. You won't get lost. After all, you just navigated 600 miles into a new country. Here's the Mulege Fire Department, or Bomberos. As we stroll around the local neighborhoods, we see clean, well-kept homes that show pride of ownership. We are welcome and accepted wherever we wander. You will be too. The second plaza, or main plaza, is the heart of Mulege. There are park benches, a bandstand, and taxicabs waiting to whisk you away to any local destination. This is where you will come to get back to Serenidad. This is also a great spot to rendezvous if you get separated. Most businesses and services are located within a 4-block radius. There is a supermercado located across from the plaza. Most restaurants are located in this area. It's the place to take in the local ambiance. Watch this. All I did to prompt this reaction was to say, Hola, su hija es muy bonita. Translated, hello, your daughter is very beautiful. When the mother picks up the baby and waves, it makes my whole trip. Warm, friendly, and eager to help. That's Mexicans. You can't break down on a road in Mexico without folks pulling over to help. The family. That's what's most important here. Not things or toys. Don't get me wrong, these folks enjoy a good party, friendly conversation, and sharing good times. Just listen to their music, it tells all. All this walking around has made me hungry. How about a $100 hamburger? Just off the main plaza you will find the El Candil restaurant and bar. The food is good and they sell margaritas for $3 during the day. It's a hotspot for local Americans who own property here. Drop in and make a new friend. Introduce yourself. You will gain valuable information about the local area. Out back, you will find a comfortable patio area. You could easily while away a couple of hours in this pleasant setting. time waits for no man, except in Mulege. Let's walk over to the third plaza. Just head north, you'll find it. Arriving at the third plaza, we see this sign. It describes the many businesses and services located around this square. This plaza contains a teeter-totter and a swing set. I am sure it's a popular place with the local 8-year-olds. There's a great restaurant located across from this plaza called Las Casitas. Javier, who is the owner, has a wealth of information about fishing, diving, snorkeling, whale watching, and all of the other local attractions. Javier can be a great help. Don't hesitate to talk with him. His English is perfect. Not too many towns in this world will go out of their way to make us pilots feel welcome. Step inside. You'll see why Javier is so proud of his restaurant and hotel. It's obvious that talent was employed in decorating this dining area. The artwork that adorns this room is tasteful and completely appropriate for this setting. Don't just sit down. Walk around and look. You will be impressed. You're able to look into a clean, well-organized kitchen where your excellent meal will be prepared. Enjoy. You might want to sit at the well-stocked bar and partake of a cocktail before dinner or while waiting to be seated. Javier also provides live lounge music during the dinner hour on Friday and Saturday nights. This adds to your experience. Put this establishment on your list. Las Casitas has a small gift shop area located near the entrance. You and your spouse may want to give this a look. There are some unique items here. The patio area at Las Casitas has a tropical flair. Weather permitting, and 340 days per year it permits. Having a lunch under the sun or dinner under a canopy of stars is available for your consideration. Some of my best meals and memories in Mulege were had out here. In the rear of the building you will find hotel rooms where there is a private patio for hotel guests. The room rate is about $30 US per night. The rooms are clean and very livable. If you're on a budget, you may want to consider staying here. For room or dinner reservations, you can call the number on your screen from the US. During peak periods, they will fill up early. A reservation will add peace of mind to your trip. Another gourmet eatery is Equipali's. It has been given the nickname Equis by the local Americans. Equis is a little harder to find, but well worth the effort. There are signs around town with directions. It is located on the second floor and can be easily overlooked. Been there, done that. After climbing the stairs, you will receive a pleasant surprise. An airy, well-lit dining room that is tastefully decorated. Comfortable seating with a full bar service at your table. Equis offers gourmet food at bargain prices. They have a T-bone steak and lobster dinner for around $17 that will make your eyes roll back in your head. The steak is Sonoran beef and 2 inches thick. My favorite description of the place? It's to die for. Find this jewel and you will thank me. Can you believe it? All this eating, drinking, and frivolity has made me want to go for a swim. You'd be surprised at the number of people who fly into Trinidad and never see the Bay of Conception. This is one of the most pristine bays on the planet and should not be missed. The best way to get to the Bay of Conception is by rental car or taxi. It's only about 15 miles on the ground. You can rent a cab for the whole day for around $50. The driver will go with you and hang around while you do your thing. You may want to keep him through the dinner hour and for the return trip to the Hotel Trinidad. Make sure you negotiate your itinerary and price before you leave. Who'd have thunk it? Limo service in Mulege. The drive to Conception itself is worth the price of admission. Don't forget your camera. If you come in the spring, you will be treated to all manner of cactus and flowers in bloom. The natural rock formations will astound you. There are some pullovers along the road where you can stop and take pictures. Our first stop will be at a lagoon known as Santa Spock. At Santa Spock you will find all kinds of water-based activities. Boating, surf fishing, diving, kayaking, beachcombing, sunbathing, or for the fun of it, getting wet. There's also a beach bodega with supplies, and a restaurant that also serves cocktails and cerveza. All the comforts of home. This area is nirvana for the RV crowd. Motorhomes, trailers, fifth wheels, and pickups with houses on the back are in abundance. The snowbirds have discovered Bahia de Concepcion. You are able to lease a spot on the beach, build or rent your very own palapa, and use it as an addendum to your rig. Imagine waking up to this every morning. Vida es buena. Life is good. There are houses and more houses on the beaches and overlooks to Conception Bay. Build it and they will come. Well, if they don't build it yourself. That's what the Americans and Canadians did here. Keep in mind there is no electrical power, water or sewer systems available at this time to these homes. They use solar panels, batteries, and generators for electrical, septic systems and honey buckets for sewage, potable water truck delivery and cisterns for clean H2O. You gotta want to live here, but what a great place to live. Tennis, anyone? As we head back towards Mulege, you will enjoy spectacular views of Conception. It's a grand opportunity to use the highway pull-offs to get some great pictures. There are also many lagoons along our route that you can drive into and explore. I feel a party coming on. It must be Saturday. The pig roast at the Hotel Serenidad should be gaining steam. Don't want to miss this. Hey, what's that ahead? Well, it's the sign welcoming us to Mulege. What do you know? Here comes the refueling truck. What's your octane, Tecate or Corona? One of your first experiences in Baja should be the pig roast on Saturday night at the Hotel Serenidad in Mulege. When the chef strikes a match at 9:30 in the morning, our fun meters start heading into the red. El Cerdo starts spinning, and the guests start their vigil. At some point during the day, just about everyone watches the pig rotate. The festive atmosphere is contagious. People from all walks of life melt into one group. Conversations are struck up, and new friendships are formed. All are touched by the camaraderie. As day turns into evening, the patio area has filled up. Folks are returning from their day's activities, and the margaritas are flowing. A mariachi band starts up, and the chef puts the finishing touches to our dinner. Here's a quick shot of Don Johnson, the owner and founder of Serenidad, directing an employee. What in the world is going on? I came here for a pig roast and this wild party broke out. This doesn't happen every Saturday night, just most. This party was spontaneous, combustible. It just happened. As I have said throughout this video, Mulege needs to be experienced. Make this flight and join the rest of us. You'll come back time and time again. Well, that's about it. I have given you a small taste of Mulege. This video is by no means a complete guide to the area. There's plenty more to do and see. I have also included an informational PDF file on this disc with phone numbers and web addresses so you might contact the local folks in Mulege. You can access this file on your computer if you have a DVD drive. It would also be a good idea to inquire about their current availability, rates, and for you to obtain reservations before your trip. We're headed to Loreto to get fuel, so I decided to fly around the Bay of Conception. You'll most likely need fuel for your return trip, and Loreto is the closest gas. To get to Loreto, you'll need to fly right down this bay. Enjoy the view. The businesses depicted herein have not given me any compensation for including them in this video. These are my honest and true feelings about these establishments. I hope you have enjoyed my presentation. This is an ongoing series of travelogues. You can check out my website for more locations throughout South America, and don't miss my Crossing the Border video. If you have any comments, you can email me at the address on the screen. It's also located on the information pages. Adios for now.